This week's tip is the top 4 tips in a soft rental market. And Tim, we wanted to go over this because the rental market is softening. Tim, why is the rental market?
Yeah, what we're seeing now is all these purpose-built rental buildings that have been under construction for the last 2 years. We're starting to see them hit the rental market. So that's actually adding more rental supply to the Calgary and the Alberta market. And we're seeing prices start to soften a little bit.
Yeah, and for example, we've got a client, Justin, who just bought up in Aspen. And if you've been watching our Crew TV, Calgary Real Estate Wealth TV, Justin actually made $50,000 on the way in. And we just wanted to share a quick story with what happened with Justin. He advertised his townhome for $24.95, and he actually got somebody who wanted to rent it straight away. And Justin actually, he paused. So he showed the property, got the application, didn't get back to the fellow for 2 days, and he had moved on. So in a softening rental market, we have to stress this. You have to first, Tim, be aggressive on the price. When we say aggressive on the price, Rent Faster actually gives you a tool on what properties are renting for what similar properties are renting for in the past week, in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the last month. So you have to be super aggressive. And for someone like Justin, he called me when he missed out on that tenant. And I said, now that we know that in Aspen, there's more rental properties coming on the market, you have to be the most aggressive. And we don't mind telling him that because he's already made money on the way in, Tim.
Yeah, and by being aggressive, we don't mean being the lowest priced rent on the market. We mean just studying the market, seeing what the price is out there for units similar to yours, and price yours accordingly. If you can afford to be below that average price up by a little bit and still cash flow, go ahead and do it, because you'll attract those tenants first. And then as the rental market softens more and more and more, the more we get into winter here, other landlords are going to be dropping their prices to follow.
Yeah, it is a good thing that you just mentioned winter, because it is the hardest to rent on January 1st. December's possible, mid-January is possible, but January 1st is the hardest. The next thing we want to tell you is go out and show the property immediately. If someone wants to see the property, we normally, Tim, would say, you know what, if it's a Tuesday and they call us, we would go down on a Thursday and show the property, just because we would try get a few people to show up to at once. We're actually renting out 4 properties ourselves right now, and we're going immediately to show them. And one tip with that, Tim, is get them to call you when you're going down there, because Tim, you could tell them they're not showing up right now.
Yeah, I've been down there. It's actually, fortunately, it's a suited property, so I'm grouping the showings together for upper and lower suite tenants at the same time. And I've had a few not show up and not call me. So you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. Have those potential tenants call you half an hour before, 20 minutes before, so you're not driving down there and not meeting anybody. I was actually fortunate because the upper tenants showed up. The lower guy didn't show up, so I wasn't out, out that way. But make sure that you're in control and you're making them alert you if they're not going to be there.
Yeah, and the next tip is, if someone is interested, send them the application. We like to do it online, so it's so easy to fill out. We get it, and we recommend jumping on that application straight away. Don't wait 2 or 3 days, especially with the inventory coming on the market. People are just going to move on to the next property, especially, Tim, if it looks better or it's priced better. So don't give them a reason. And then the last tip is collect the deposit. That's what takes it off the market, and sign that lease immediately. If you're actually sick of renting properties out there, we are now doing residential leasing, and would love to help you out. And we have a lot of other tips. So if it's your first time looking at us on Crew TV, subscribe to it and you won't miss any other tips.
Awesome.